Hey, hello again, everybody. I'm in my truck again driving. I have to go pick up some boxes. I'm going to pay 20 francs for 30 banana boxes. And those banana boxes are very strong because I have to, start packing up, getting ready to move in the next 4 weeks. I still don't have any information about whether I've gotten or not gotten or whatever apartments. I'm still waiting on that to arrive. Hopefully, there's one here in Romont I do like a lot. It's not as big as the one that I like in another village just near some friends, and because it's really big and it's cheaper, but it doesn't come with any doesn't come with a balcony and this kind of stuff. But still, that does add to your life. I tell you, having this outside access, being able to go out and just right off from your kitchen or from your bedroom, or not from your bedroom, but from living room, and be able to just bring the indoors, outdoors, indoors. But anyway, so I'm off to get some boxes and from a guy, although I haven't checked to see if I have any change on me because it's gonna cost me 20 francs. Yeah, look at my wallet while I'm driving here. There's not really anybody. Okay, I have it. Okay, good. Sometimes you leave home and you're like, yeah, I gotta go by the bank. Anyway, what I wanted to talk to you about today is not just depression, because I spoke about that last video, but I want to talk to you about stress and dealing with it. And that's not easy. It's not easy at all. I right now I'm suffering a lot from stress right now because my job ended. Problem with all this COVID and everything, and the problem with the boss and his private problems. Just sort of really just, I spoke about it yesterday. I'm just getting tired of working for people who don't put their employees first. They put themselves first, And when you don't have money to pay for your employees, but you show up with a really expensive car that you say that you got, that you bought it on leasing or whatever, that's just bullcrap, Especially a car, 80,000 francs, you're paying around 1,000 francs a month for leasing, if not more. But it's just, people not putting their priorities on themselves and not on the team. And this is something that just for me and my situation, having to look for a job has been very stressful. Not so much looking for a job, but knowing I need to find a job, and I want to find something that pays enough, pays for my experience. But it's a problem when you're 52 years old, especially in Switzerland, because they have to pay you for being 52 years old because you bring in a lot of experience. And this is one of those things that they really don't like doing. And so quite often they'll fire people when they get in their 50s, and they'll rehire 20-something-year-olds, And the problem with businesses that do this is that, first of all, they don't really care about their teams, and this shows. And who wants to work for a company that does that? People really, you're looking for a job, but I mean, the things that I think if people came together and stopped supporting businesses that did this, then they'd have to make some changes, And the thing is that people in this country, man, don't touch your milk, don't touch the Swiss flag, don't touch their chocolate. But oh God, man, they will turn a blind eye in a second to anybody that doesn't fall in those categories, because this country is full of a lot of people who are only about themselves, very, very egoistic, and we see that everywhere, everywhere. But it's just something that I support my local businesses. I purchase from local businesses. We support local jobs, and that's just what I do. I mean, I'm from a very small town in Louisiana called Dry Prom. Go Dry Prom. I think it's like 250, 300 people. The amount of people there, and we have some little small businesses there. We used to have several I think we had one gas station there. It was called Greg's. I grew up my whole life going there to buy 22 ammo, shotgun ammo, buying, you buy your milk and cheese or your bread there, that kind of stuff, And they were a little bit more expensive than the Walmart, which was 30 miles away, 30 minutes away. But unless you lived in town, you really didn't have to go out there. You weren't going to go near. For example, you didn't work. My dad worked at Camp Beauregard with the Army, and of course, you have he's already out there, so you have shops out there. So he would tend to buy stuff out there also. It's just a little bit cheaper, and you're already out there anyway because of your job. But I do believe in supporting local businesses, and there's a really nice little called the Dairy Maid in Dry Prong, and I used to love going there and had some fantastic hamburgers and milkshakes. Growing up, it was fantastic. And of course, we didn't go there all the time because we ate at home, and we weren't rich. We didn't have that kind of money to just go out and do this kind of stuff. But I remember, every once in a while going out there and get a hamburger or something, and so I tend to do that here in Switzerland also, support the local economy over the national economy necessarily, which instead of going. And if you could get something local, then you'd purchase it local. And there are businesses local to where I live. As a matter of fact, if you need a haircut, there's got to be at least 20 different shops that will cut your hair in Romont, actually. There's so many of them. One of my good buddies, she's they call it coiffeur here. She's a beauty. She works at a beauty shop, and she's been doing it for over 20 years, cutting hair. And so you tend to use the local, the locals. Getting back to the stress, though, it's that it's just that with having to move. And we talked about this having to move thing. For the last, because of the way my job's been and the way the owner's been, we tried to help sort this out by agreeing to a cut in our salary. But the deal was that we were going to get that money back. Okay? Well, he's now closed the business down, and we're not getting that money back. And now we're going into this phase of unemployment where they're going to pay us only 70% of what we were making, which was already bad, after the cut. So, that's also stressful, Are you going to have enough money to even pay the bills that you have every month, and survive, be able to feed yourself to the end of the month, this kind of stuff. So not only have I had to cut back, I had to cut back even more, And I already don't spend money. I already don't spend any money at all. I mean, I really it's just gas and food, and then I pay my bills. I pay my my rent. I pay my which is expensive over here, and I pay my my car note, my insurance. I pay into my retirement, and telephone bill. But I was just able to cut my telephone bill. Thank goodness. I mean, I cut it even more than half. And that was just because the damn phone company here, they do all these deals all year round where they're cutting and they're changing prices, kind of stuff. They don't tell you, And then you find out, hey, I could have been paying less a long time already, So, yeah, you pay too much in communication already in Switzerland. I mean, I was paying like 340 francs a month. And this includes your television, internet, a home phone, which I don't even have a home phone, and your mobile phone. So, anyway, and I was also paying into an international program, which I've cut that out now. I just want to find a different way of. And the only person I really contact in the States is my mom, Judy, So I'm just she and I are going to have to find we have to do it through a different way. And that being through, she doesn't have, we could do it through WhatsApp, but the problem with her is that she doesn't have any kind of good signal where she's from, because Louisiana, as much as I love Louisiana is really crappy when it comes to public works, public services. I mean, it's just poor on everything across the board. It's a state of 5 million people, and it acts like it's got 150 million people in it, and it can't service anybody, So, and especially if you live out in the countryside, like what we do, we live 5 miles from a little village, from a town, which is 30 miles from a bigger town, or a city, of Alexandria. So it's just that she's doing it with satellite. My dad set it up when he was still living, but it just doesn't work that great, And right now, she still pays $100 a month, and it doesn't work that well, It's just terrible when you have a situation where they won't even put in the proper infrastructure to support people, Thank goodness people like Elon Musk exist who are actually trying to, to put in an infrastructure for satellite TVs and that kind of stuff, for satellite communications. And it maybe once that is in her area, maybe she can switch over to that, get a satellite. It's $100. You have somebody she has somebody put it up for her at the right angle, and then she can use that, God, it's raining right now. It's been raining already for several days, and I have to go pick up these banana boxes. I don't have anything on the back of my truck. I have a nylon cover. I have to cover it with that. But well, they're pretty much they've been waxed, so they're pretty protected. But still, I have to drive back, the 20 minutes back home afterwards. Anyway, to get back to my point, so all this adds to it. So I mean, it's just more and more fees and this kind of stuff. Anyway, all this stuff stresses. It stresses me right now. The stress I'm feeling right now is finding an apartment. Because of my job, because of the situation with COVID, I've been on a system called RHT, which is where the government pays into your boss, to your company, and then they pay you your salary from that. Okay, but I have a feeling that he's not been doing this the right way, because it seems like instead of paying me more what I'm supposed to be getting, what I'm getting here from him is I think he's been taking his time, dragging his feet already. And although I have no proof of all this, I'm going to see my unemployment counselor next week. I'm going to speak to him about this. I'm going to see if I can look into this, because it's a little bit strange that this guy has been able to, to do what he's doing. He seems like he's profiting from everything. And those of us who worked for him and gave 110% every day, who, by the way, made really good sales in this business. I mean, we did really well. I mean, the business was last year we did great, we did some really great sales. But he's just, he just can't handle, being the boss over people, and I said, listen, just step back and let us take care of it. We can do this. We have the experience. I have 24 years of experience in working in sales, working in this kind of sales, in this kind of product, and managing is not a problem for me. Having, knowing how much money we got in the bank. So I think he never wanted to let us know how much money we had in the bank or anything like that. Well, it was always, stay cool, be calm, I'll take care of this. And it was just never taken care of, So, I just don't want to work for somebody like that anymore. I think that I'm not saying I can do better. I'm going to try though. And when I get the money and it looks like it's on its way, I may have some money coming. I don't know if that's going to happen. But I'm going to try it myself, and I don't know exactly how I'm going to do it. In reference to, am I going to start off with a website, or am I going to just find an inexpensive place and rent it? I found a very nice place, a good spot actually, that take a little bit of investment in preparing it, painting it, this kind of stuff like that, some time for that, and then ordering the merchandise, getting it in, and then open the doors, and then getting the publicity out there, getting people to know about it, But that I think it will work. But anyway, getting back to stress, dealing with it. I mean, it's just hard. It's hard. But one thing I can tell you is that I'm a believer. I'm a believer in God. I'm a Christian. I've given up on religion because I think religions are just. I just don't want to think about them anymore. I enjoyed my time being a Baptist, but the Baptists have too many rules about not dancing and all this kind of stuff. Where I don't see how that affects anything. I mean, that's not just one of the rules either, though. But I don't know. I just feel like someone else is getting money while the rest of us are paying to attend. It's more like what the Catholic Church offers. I'm not here to bump anybody, to attack anybody who is a member of any of these churches. I learned a lot from these churches. I've learned a lot. I learned a lot about myself, but I really believe that I can make this contact myself with God, and I do on a daily basis. Not just at night before I go to bed, but in the morning I thank Him and I ask Him to bless the day that I have, and then continue blessing and blessing my family and watching over them. So I am a believer, and I put my faith and I put everything into God, and I believe that He's got a plan for me and that He's going to help me through all this. So that's what I believe, and I can give you a lot of experiences. Just being here right now, I'm here for a reason. I don't know what that reason is, but I try every day, try to be a decent person to people, try to do good things. Like I told you in earlier videos that, you do things even if, you do things because they need to be done. And so I try to do that, and I try to help people who need to be helped. And so just need a little help myself, and I have some good friends, but I just need a little help myself. I'm tired right now, though. I'm very tired. I don't sleep very much right now. A lot of people are going on vacation. I'm very tired right now. I'm just I don't sleep at all at night right now. My brain is just on overdrive, and it's just taxing. It's really, really worrying, and I just don't feel like getting out and doing anything. I just want to find this, once I've, gotten this apartment sealed, then I'll move on to the next worry, But right now I'm going to get these boxes here in Bulle, which is a beautiful place. And they have a lot of apartments for rent here, but they're much more expensive than the apartments where I'm at, and a little bit further away than some friends I have, that I want to stay close to. Anyway, I'm here to get these boxes. This guy, I'm gonna pay 20 francs for 30 of these boxes that he's been stored in his garage. The picture looked very clean, very, very, presentable. And hopefully I can get all of them in my truck. That's what I'm hoping the most, because I got to drive back with an open bed, but I have like I said, I have a tarp back there and I put over it. Hopefully that they'll stay as dry as possible. I get them home, and if I have to, I'll let them sit on my balcony all night under protection, and then tomorrow they'll be fine, I think. Anyway, I'm starting the packing process already. I don't even know if I'll need 30 boxes, but what I really need is a place to put all this stuff. So I appreciate if all you guys be thinking about me out there. And if you're a believing person, pray for me. And I'll keep you guys updated on what's going on with that. And like I said, those of you who've looked at my videos so far, I really thank you. And I'd appreciate it if you give a thumbs up. And I asked for this because I want to see where this goes. Now I'm sort of gotten interested in this. Not that I ever plan on getting rich from doing this, but it's just sort of, I want to see where this goes. I want to bring you along with the process. I'm not going to be videoing everything, but I definitely want to talk to you about the process of what's going on right now in my life. And like I said, if I can touch one person with my story and help that one person, then that's all that matters. And I hope that Burger King is completely loaded up here. I hope that I can help somebody, with just listen a little bit, or I'm willing to listen also. Send me a message. And hell, if it gets to it, send me a message. I'll send you my telephone number. You give me a call, and we'll talk about this, because I definitely want to help as many people as I can. I like helping people, and I hope that I can. Anyway, well, I'm getting into the thick of it now. These busy streets of Bulle, which are not very busy at all, but a lot of people are getting something to eat right now. I see McDonald's and Burger King were completely packed. They're packed. They had 5 or 6 cars. Nothing like what we normally see. But anyway, listen, you guys have a good Sunday, and thanks a lot, and I look forward to hearing from you.